Okay, so step one after the dog comes out of the bath is to make sure that you've blotted any excess moisture away from the nose and the eyes and the mouth. And then you want to try to remove as much of the excess water from the coat as you can. So that means just using a towel and gentle squeeze of the fur, particularly where it's long. If it's, short hair, you can give it a rub and have a towel underneath the dog as well. It's very helpful and useful in drying the dog off a little bit more quickly, and you're not then pushing water from one place to the other. So grabbing as much moisture out as you can. So we're just going to demonstrate a little bit of blow drying, just a little bit so that you can see the technique that we would use and how to use the blow dryer. And two different types of blow dryer. So the first one we're going to demonstrate how to use is what's called high velocity. It's a motor in a chamber that blows high pressure air. You can adjust the nozzle sometimes to give you a higher concentration or smaller surface area of air. And it's important that you control how close the dog you get or how far away from the dog you get. The longer the hair, the further away from the dog you need to be, particularly on something like this dog. And we want to try and dry the dog evenly. Usually we do the body of the dog first, so to prevent the dog getting a chill, and then we'll do the head, the feet, and the legs last. All right. So these dryers can be a little loud. So again, we always start at the rear of the dog first and gently introduce the dog to the dryer so that if they're frightened, they have a chance to adjust. And then we try to keep the dryer moving. We don't want the dryer to be pointed at one particular area. You need to keep the dryer moving around. So we're going to try and dry the dog really evenly. Always have one hand on the dog so that you can support the dog and comfort it. It knows you're there. It knows that it's going to be okay. And just work the dryer as efficiently as you can all over the dog. When you get to the longer hair, you need to move the dryer away. Right, we want that dry as we can all over. When you come to do the dog's head or face, it's very important that you don't ever point the dryer directly towards their nose or their eyes. So when doing anywhere around the face, we only come from behind and in a very gentle manner. So it may take a while, but we have to do what's best for the dog. So if you're using this type of dryer, which is like a handheld human hair dryer, just that I don't have to hold it at all, then you just want to aim it at a bit of the fur where you're going to be brushing. A little bit of detangler spray sometimes is helpful, and then a light brush in the same spot and in the same direction as where the hair is being blow dried. And we just do that thoroughly now all over in each part of the dog. And then we know that the dog is going to be completely dried and all brushed through at the same time. Make sure that you don't brush too hard or too heavily along the dog's skin. It should be very gentle and in an upwards motion. And just a few times on each little part of the dog, moving the dryer to the areas that you're actually brushing.